try again.
Yeah, let's do it again. We got our cylinders out. Hello. I'm Mimic Quinn, and I'm operating as the Game Master. I'd be taking care of the world and a majority of the NPCs. From time to time, we will have people assisting with the NPCs, such as...
Hi, I'm Damek. I play some of the more major support NPCs that will be sticking around for a while.
Absolutely. And then we have...
Hi, my name's Davos, and I'm playing Bata, the bear barbarian. He comes from the lands up north, and he is exploring worlds outside of his homeland.
And to the right...
I am Pony, and I'm playing Therrin from the commerce-based city of Rogueport, and I like to jump a lot.
And to the right of Therrin...
I'm Hawk, and I'm playing Arden, the brilliant, magic-wielding puppo that everyone loves. Yes, everyone.
Supposedly.
Well, you don't have to tell me twice. How much are beers again, Mr. GM?
1 silver piece, sir.
Once.
Jesus,
How
that
many?
must be nice beer.
How many silvers is 1 gold piece?
10, sir.
Oh, this is actually in-game. You don't even know how to use money?
That's fair.
I picked up these shiny coins. How many of them are the alcohol?
Be a member of the tribes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that because these two goobers were talking outside the bar.
You appear to be a man of the tribes, so it makes sense that you are not familiar with these exchanges. One of those will buy you 10 pitchers of beer.
10 pitchers, oh man.
Or as I like to call it, honey mead.
I like honey because I'm a bear, but
Profiling.
I cannot down 10 pitchers of beer. I will need some change.
Very well. I will provide change once you're done drinking.
That sounds like a quitter. Calm down there, Blackbriar.
Shut you. Pretty good.
Here is your first pitcher of beer.
Ah, perfect. The
Honey
honey meat's delicious. You can taste the...
Would you also like to purchase a meal with your pitcher of beer?
No. Beer's just fine.
He doesn't have a food scale.
We have a lovely bread basket.
I'll come around to it later. Let me enjoy the meat for now. So.
Here's your bucket, sir.
What? What? A bucket of meat?
No. What happens when you drink a lot of beer on an empty stomach?
You pee?
All patrons of the Rack Bucket Inn that only order alcohol are given a bucket.
Okay.
So they don't rat all over my floor.
I don't think you have to hopefully worry about that. What's my constitution? Okay, I'll be fine. I'll be good. I'll still take your bucket. Thank you, sir. I have a bucket. I cling to the bucket.
It just came to mind what he said was very racist. Because there's rats in the bar.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
In this case, it makes some sense because a lot of his patrons are rats.
Yeah, I'd say if
But it does come across as his naming of the bar might be a little mean.
Is this bartender a rat too?
He is a weasel.
Oh.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's better.
We could make him a rat.
Wait, do you have some lore about why weasels hate rats already?
I just like, oh yeah, they hunt them, don't they?
No, it's cool. I have rat friends, guys.
Well, I take my bucket and my pitcher of mead, and I find the nearest
Oh, right here.
table.
Stay at my bar.
Stay at your bar. But there are no empty tables, are there? No, there are no empty tables. Okay. I'll just pull up a stool and sit at your bar.
That's what they're for, youngling.
What's your name, sir?
Erickson.
Erickson. Nice to meet you, Erickson. How long have you been the patron of this bar? Or what's the word?
The owner and operator?
Yes. How long have you been the owner of this
7 years.
bar? 7 years. What?
He says thoughtfully as he scratches his long chin.
I hear a Sergal cackle in the background. I'm very confused. I down some of the picture as I look around. This is a mighty nice big.
Do you feel awkward?
Does it look nice? Actually, I don't know. Does it look nice?
Let me describe for the Sergal and the Doggo. The Rat Bucket Inn looks to be a one-story eatery with thick stone walls, windows set halfway through with alcoves, and insulated with piles of blankets, packed together like a fortress wall. Either by design or incidentally, past a simple chitin door, visitors pass through 4 feet of stone to be quickly met with excited conversation, mingling, making all but the closest difficult to follow. Conversations, mind you. The public space is cut into 2 halves, with large round tables set with abundant chairs for guests, and a small bar behind them diagonal the entrance. On the right-hand side, a long feast table sits with 2 large families and the kitchen presumably behind, generating a welcoming, warm, delicious smell strong enough to overcome the power of the honey mead spilled across the floor on a regular basis.
Hopefully it's just honey mead.
That's why
Did
you
you
have
say
a bucket.
Did you say that in...
Ring round. Looks at the bucket, looks around. Hopefully it's honey mead.
Yeah. Not stepping on anything cold or sticky, am I? Hope
Yeah,
not.
do you have bare feet?
Ha!
Here is your bucket, sir. Precautionary.
Thank you. I think I will have some a meal as well, just in case. Just to
Wonderful.
what's on the menu?
Well, we have a wonderful bowl of oatmeal with honey.
Nah.
We have some fresh silky steak.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we also have some very nice bread in a basket.
I'll have the silky meat. It's delicious.
Gertrude! Silky steak.
Is that accent or is her name actually Guttrude?
A lady's gonna poke her head out. A look of contempt washes over her as her face slicks right back behind into the kitchen.
Oh, yay, we got a diner waitress who's been doing it too long, hates her life and her job and everything around her. She probably smokes. Like she has been for 40 years.
Gertrude, is that a relative of yours?
That's my aunt. Don't let the appearance fool you.
Okay, so what does she look like?
You might have not noticed her so far away, but she has a little bit of rat in her.
Oh, does she?
That's why she has the longer nose.
Don't joke.
You'll find a lot of the families around here came from tragedy a few decades ago.
Oh, what tragedy are you talking about?
Someone decided it was better to take their guild of adventurers on a crusade through the desert to try and get as much honey as possible. And when they did that, they couldn't protect their people from the giant centipedes that were very attracted to their herds. And when they tried to protect them, it didn't work out. So a bunch of people moved here
Oh.
when their town was reduced to ash. But they brought a lot of skills here, and to be honest, this place didn't have very many to start with. We were more of a waypoint, but now we have some farms and we have some herds.
And the skill that they brought to town was drinking their sorrows away, which is why my business has succeeded so well.
He thinks to himself in his mind.
I kind of just lean forward with my hands on my cheeks, excited about the story. So this was 10 years ago, you said?
Somewhere between 10 and 30.
So...
I wasn't here 10 years ago, I was here 8 years ago.
Oh, okay. So you're part? Were you part of the whole moving in from the calamity?
No. But I heard that people were moving here, so I sold my bar back in, what's it called? Mooselport? No, it was that place with all of the really rich folk.
I'm really new here, so I have no idea what place you're talking about.
Where do rich people come from? Anybody know? I'm going to yell out over the bar.
Rogueport?
See? Somebody knows something interesting. Yeah, I came from there. I was very young. Then I came here, opened my bar, brought with me my talent for making honey mead, and they drank.
Oh.
And I drove all of the competition out of town.
Well, I guess your honey mead is pretty good. I mean...
It is really good. And much cheaper than theirs.
It's much cheaper.
I operated for the first year without making a profit.
Well, I mean, hopefully it's not that cheap anymore, right? Because you're the only...
Not that cheap anymore.
Okay.
But cheap enough to keep people from wanting to start challenging me.
Ah. That's the way you run a business.
Cutthroat. And he's going to take one of his paws and make a cutting motion across where his jugular might be.
Yes, exactly. Cutthroat business. Gotta be very... yes. I kind of scoot a little bit backward. I scoot back just a tiny bit from the bar.
He takes a little notice if you're moving back, but then he sees Guttrude come from behind you and place a large silky steak in front of you.
Ah, perfect. I was just making room for my meal.
With beer?
You're all right. You're all right. Don't get any place to stay, though. I don't offer rooms.
But you're the Fat Bucket Inn.
Yes.
So you're telling me there are no rooms at this inn?
No, I offer tents.
Oh. Or,
If you feel like staying outside, let me know and I'll...
is this like an adult Boy Scouts or something?
So like on the map should be tents all over.
Do I have to set up my own tent?
Oh. Worry about it later.
Okay.
That's what I tell most of my patrons. Either of you can enter.
I start gobbling.
I thought you were going to make us enter.
I start gobbling down my meal.
Want to let you know.
Oh, okay.
And another pitcher.
Yes, sir. Another pitcher.
So how many people stay over? Wait, there are no inns in this town.
I'm going to just crack open the door and come in without making much noise. Not like I'm hiding from anybody, but and while they're talking, I'm going to look around for some out-of-the-way table to sit at. And it looks like next to the bartender.
It's a least occupied table there.
But there is somebody sitting at it, though, right?
The closer you get to the bartender, the less populated the tables are.
Really?
Maybe it's the idle death threats to his patrons.
Yeah. Well, since that is where I need to sit, I'm going to sit with my back turned and my hood up. Right at that table next to the bar.
What would you like to do, Art?
I suppose Arden will stop outside the door and kick the mud and dirt off my shiny new boots and
Shut your mouth.
and I guess enter and stop at the entrance. I will take my dear associate Franklin and just take him out of my pocket and move him into the cuff of my hood and tell him to keep an eye out for her. Squeak twice if you see her. And I will just take a quick scan of the room.
It's totally not my forte, but
Where are my skills? Where are my skills? I'll just do a good old-fashioned spot. Which, 14.
14. Scanning the chamber, you see a great many people that look rather similar. Seems there may be 3 or 4 families in total here occupying the establishment, drinking heartedly and eating great, large, silky steaks, likely raised themselves. Beyond that, there is a rather stern-looking weaselkin operating a bar with only 2 people nearby. Your acquaintance Therrin and a rather large bear person.
Bear person.
I take some pause there. They seem to be coming from a less civilized part of the world. And may not understand some of the things you learned in your schooling.
Well, would it be geography to try and identify where?
Yes.
I'm an encyclopedia. 18.
They are likely from the tribal lands, where the great spires are appreciated, is a kind word, and people go missing when they try to research things.
My eyes light up with situational convenience.
Do you rub your cheek dot?
Admittedly, a little by design, to be fair. Coming here so close to that territory.
Yes, that is convenient. Arden sighs a little bit and then straightens out his jacket and adjusts his cloak and lowers the hood and straightens his glasses.
Oh my god.
Yes.
What a nerd.
I'm ignoring
Wait,
that.
does Bata notice anything in there? Is that...
I'm too busy drinking, I'm sorry.
Oh, it just doesn't scream across the tavern. And yeah, I approach the bar.
Okay. He's going around this way?
Well, I would go to the open side of the bar.
Okay. As you're passing through, one of the young ratkin children tries to pull at your cloak and points at your face. Mommy, he's got glasses, just like Daddy needs. Maybe he could make some for us.
That child is met with confusion and a glare. And I'm like, Arden just opens his mouth to say something and then pauses, realizing it's a child, and keeps walking.
His hand lets go and he looks at you like, "Oh, Daddy could have got glasses." An older lady across the table, presumably the mother, is breathing a sigh of relief, possibly having an inkling of where you came from, and consoles her child as you depart.
And as I'm approaching the bar, once again, straighten my cloak out.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
I am Fredrickson, the owner and operator of this fine establishment. How may I serve you?
Well, it's been a long day. I've been doing a lot of traveling. I was wondering if I could get some water and some bread, please.
Oh, we have lots of that.
Water? No. You want some of this honey meat. It's delicious.
I don't drink.
At all? How do you drink water?
With a glass, you idiot. How do you drink water?
Out of pitchers, of course. But I'm not the one that's going to say I don't drink.
Arden appears to grimace. In frustration and pain.
Give him a pitcher. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
sure. Can I have a pitcher of water?
I assumed he meant my honey mead, so I provided that.
So it's already...
Would you also like water?
Yes.
Puts another pitcher down in front of you.
Of water?
Yes. And by another, I mean to accompany the honey mead.
I don't consume alcohol.
Do with it as you will. He's already paid for it.
Oh, thank you.
But you'd be surprised, like, I did?
I did.
And then the pitchers slid across the table.
Ah, perfect. I gleefully just clap and start drinking that pitcher as well.
Consider it a gift.
Thank you. You're most kind.
Is that your friend over there? The quiet one?
Um,
He points his long finger over to Therrin.
yes. That dour-looking person is an associate.
Ah, they look menacing.
Yeah. She tries really hard to look menacing.
Oh, I feel much better now.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just,
You saying she's a faker?
your familiarity with me is quite... I don't understand it.
That's fair. You've done more research.
That's
I
true.
haven't
Okay.
stalked her.
Okay. I get. That's right. Therrin's claws dig into the table, not saying a damn thing.
Now would probably be a great time to describe your physical appearance. Let's start with Bata.
Bata is a towering bear barbarian. He's strong-built and covered in lush white fur.
The luscious.
The lushest white fur?
Lush fur? Check.
Warmest cuddles.
Not yet.
We're gonna find out.
Immortal.
I don't know about that one. Oh, actually, no. He is immortal according to the religion that he follows, so yes.
And as far as the conversation has gone, not beloved.
By himself?
He loves himself the most.
You have to love yourself. Can't love yourself? How the hell are you going to love anybody else?
His attire is mostly armor made from large shells of a stag beetle, namely a pauldron over his right shoulder and bambuses over his forearms, both held in place by large dark belts and shell buckles. Below that he wears rough leather garments that have seen some wear, the edges of which are fringed with dark fur. While his chest is bare, a large garment wraps around his midsection, followed by a long loincloth and kilt. A large cloak covers his back, featuring a large but simple burnt-in symbol that some whisper is from the lands beyond Amond. He rests a large warhammer at his side. One end of the mace was blunt, while the other had a chiseled end, a weapon suited for fighting beasts. On his left was a wooden shield, a bit small and unfitting, probably a temporary replacement for a shield he had lost. His physical appearance is betrayed by his behavior. He's singing a tune to himself and sporting a friendly smile. He may fumble with his manners and might miss social cues from people, but he's good-hearted, curious, and tends to help others almost to a fault. You can rely on him to assist you in any way.
He's so happy and
Sporting a friendly smile. He's kind of leaning towards this dog person that just came next to him
And butted in.
and butted in.
Speaking of which, Arden, your turn.
Arden Renshaw is a short and thin white dog, no more than 5 feet tall and 140 pounds, with a single black dot on his left cheek. His head is covered with a wide cloak hood that drapes over his floppy ears and large round glasses. Seen from underneath these glasses is a pair of wide, deep blue eyes that are constantly scan and analyze the world around him. He wears a deep red cloak with a small cloak pin of a small scroll that hides a seemingly new and slightly oversized deep navy waistcoat with brass buttons. Held at his waist with a belt that holds a similarly new-looking mace, potions, and a very worn and dog-eared book on a chain. On a chain with a rusty glass holding it shut. His small white paws are adorned with linen wrist wraps that tap upon his book at his side as he thinks and strategizes every move that he makes. Beneath his coat is a close-fitting linen tunic matched by a pair of spotless deep navy breeches and riding boots that seen their first trot through mud.
I lean over and say, "You're just the most adorable thing."
I lean
Away.
extending an arm of distance. No.
I high five Arden. And I go back to drinking.
I wipe my hand off on my cloak.
They're in mouths. What the F is going on?
So, you're from those bear tribes to the north, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just passing through.
But you've came from nowhere?
Uh-huh.
Literally nowhere. You just appeared out of thin air outside this tavern.
Fredrickson will cut in. Most people in this town appeared from quote-unquote nowhere. It's respectful to honor their loss. And there's far more than bear tribes there. A cultured man such as yourself, I would expect to be more sensitive.
Oh, I was just asking a question and getting a clear lie. I was trying to get an answer that's real, genuine.
A real, genuine answer?
Yes.
I'll think about it. I'll think about what to tell you later.
Why can't you answer it now? Are you on the run?
You didn't take my offering of a beer.
I don't drink.
If you're... Fredrickson's going to try and whisper to you in another language. Language of the dragons. If you pass me a gold piece, I'll help you get his lips more loose. So you can get your answer.
Oh.
Oh?
Fine, I reach into my coin purse and pull out a coin and not so subtly slide it across the table.
Thank you.
Please.
I look confused at both of them.
He's paying for services.
Oh, okay.
Did you pay for that beer?
Am I to imply... Is Therrin to imply that she's getting served while sitting at this table? Or is nothing happening?
Please roll a spot check to see that transaction take place, because that might give you reason to believe you're going to be served.
Therrin rolls a 15. Wait, that's right, there's modifiers. Oh, there are no modifiers.
So, 15 it is.
15 it is.
You don't hear but see that Arden exchanges a gold coin, something of great value to people such as peasants, for something. And that might be for you.
How would
It's up to you.
it's very egotistical of you to assume that it's for you.
That's psychology is entirely up to Therrin to deal with.
I don't look all the way over there. If you're telling me she has seen it, then Therrin has seen it. But she's still just like, barely turns around. It's like, bartender.
Yes, so frightful one. Please describe yourself, Therrin.
Therrin is a gray circle with white chest fluff. She stands roughly 5 feet 6 inches and is clad in flashy leather garments for ease of movement. Her particular outfit looks to be better quality than most adventurers usually wear. Aside from leather, the circle dons a loose-fitting shirt of the finest silk to keep some of her movements hidden from her would-be opponents. Tucked into her shirt is a necklace with a signet ring that she keeps hidden most of the time. At her side is a rapier, which is named Stilton. It sits in her modest scabbard when not in action. Its hilt is ornate and elaborate to the point that it inherently has a story all its own. Overall, her attire looks functional, but mostly it looks amazing. And her hood is up, and she's annoyed. And it comes through when she asks, what does it take to get some service in here?
Good question.
Kind of turn into rude.
Money.
That
No one
helps.
asked either of you.
This friend here of yours is quite correct. Money helps.
No friend of mine, and I still don't turn. I am still, like, talking away from them.
They're kind of... well, they're here. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Guts, get over here! He's going to shout to the kitchen. A very annoyed woman is going to pop her head out, look across at the frightfully, potentially very rich patron, eye them, and make their way across the bar And next to your table with a piece of wood in their hand and a knife, and they're going to look the bartender right in the eye and then look at you. What can I get for you?
I'll take some of that honey mead that these two loud patrons are talking pretty loudly about.
Good. She's going to pull the knife through the wood and make a scratch.
I lean over to the bartender and be like, she knows she's right here, right? She could have just ordered at the bar.
I mean, she's your friend. I mean, I have no idea why you hang out with people like this.
Was I talking to you?
Not my friend. Well,
Would you like some silky steak?
No, just the beer. That's what I've been waiting for.
Okay. Sec. She's going to walk 10 feet over to the bar. And one honey mead. He's going to raise his eyebrows and go underneath, come back out with a pitcher. She's going to hand it to her. She's going to waddle over with it and put it down in front of you, Therrin. Will that be anything else?
No, that'll be fine. As I clack my nails on the damn table while you did that the entire time. I just take a silver piece out, slide it loudly across the table.
She's going to take it, eye it, and look at it as she's passing by, and Fredrickson's going to grab that out of her hand. And say, I'm going to inspect it. You get back to the back guts.
It's a charming bar.
I raise an eyebrow to bat guts. Therrin raises a...
She's going to raise her hands up and, like, waddle back to the kitchen where she's truly appreciated.
Fredrickson, is there a reason she waddles so much?
Bar fights.
Oh.
She's had her legs broken twice.
Oh, gosh.
And I did not have the money to hire a proper professional.
Oh, no worries. Keep it in the fan and all that. It's cool.
Yep. She even got to use the nice bed.
You have beds?
For me, I live here.
I believe he told me he only has tents.
That's correct. I rent, or you may purchase tents from me. It is my hobby.
Hobby?
I make tents.
You did see the inn sign, right?
Yes. I possess the land surrounding the inn where people may put up tents.
Have you considered the Rat Bucket Tavern?
I would have to change the sign, you see, and that would cost money.
Your wench appears to be rather talented at carving wood.
It appears that this culture allows for false advertisement from businesses, but I guess I have to get used to that. It's okay.
It's not false advertisement. You rent a room, you rent a tent.
But it's not a room, it's a tent.
It's a space with walls. It's a confined space. You put yourself in and sleep with it.
I guess that could be considered a room.
This is where, like, Arden pulls out the Wikipedia and tries to show the definition of a room.
You have no idea how many knowledge skills I have.
Would
I
you
am Wikipedia.
Would you disagree with me, oh wise person?
Ooh. I'm sorry, I don't appreciate your tone, sir.
He just won't answer the question.
Well, I mean,
Can you relate?
I can relate because he didn't answer my questions either. So
You
it's
didn't
all right.
answer my question either. How about that?
Isn't this a dandy little conversation?
It's a very dandy little conversation. In fact, I think I'm done with my meal.
You should be.
I will
Would you like to rent a tent?
think I'll be all
Rent a tent. Rent a tent.
I'll be all right.
Sure?
Yeah.
Because I do allow you to rent a tent.
Did that bread ever come?
Guts! Where's the bread? She's gonna poke her head out with a basket of bread in her hand and waddle right on back over and put the bread down. Pat you on the back.
Thank you, Gertrude.
She's gonna whisper into your ear. Thank you for suffering through this with me.
Don't look at me like that.
I'll take the bread bowl and get down to business.
This bread is amazing.
Mr.
It is high quality bread. Whoever's back there should be in a capital city doing this. They should not be in this bar in this part of the world doing?
I take a good whiff of that bread that just came out of the oven, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this delicious smell? And I just
Do
salivate.
you not have bread where you come from?
But it's not this good.
What do you guys eat? Rocks?
Not bread this delicious smelling.
Ah, Lord. I sigh, roll my eyes, and tear off a piece of the bread.
No. I must have my own loaf from this. Fredrickson, 1 loaf of bread.
Okay. Gertrude.
Oh God!
She's going to do a little curtsy for you, and it appears to be a real curtsy.
Oh,
But how genuine is it?
It appears to be genuine, and she's going to go back into the back and come out with a steaming loaf for you.
oh man. I started eating it?
She's going to watch you eat it
Whoa!
excitedly.
Okay, I chop down on the bread. This delicious bread like I've never eaten bread before. Nom, 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 nom,
So
nom.
you haven't.
Like I have never.
Are you fine with Gertrude watching you the entire time?
What? The cooks can appreciate people that like their meals.
Okay.
And I chomp down on the whole thing.
How was it?
Delicious. Goodness. What's in it?
Honey meat
Oh.
and oats.
Well, I mean, I guess I would expect oats to be in bread, so
I'm noticing a theme with the menu here.
it's all honey meat. Well, I mean, honey meat's good, right? So
That's what we cook our steaks in.
it's honey meat steaks, and honey meat bread.
Well, I also appreciate the bread, Gertrude. It is a delightful glimpse of home that I thought I would never see in such a place as this.
Is the water just watered down honey meat?
Water
Okay.
from the well.
Just making sure.
She's going to bow. Thank you very much. I appreciate your compliments. And she's going to kind of skip back to the kitchen excitedly.
Or best she can with a club foot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you would like to leave, you're saying, despite this wonderful bread.
Well, it is wonderful. I do have to start making my way to other venues. Other
Where are
places.
you headed? I might be able to provide you a map. It's one of the services I provide at this bar.
Oh, a map would be wonderful.
Good.
May I have a map?
Yes. It will come with the bill.
Okay.
Would either of you like a map? You look like travelers.
Yes, actually, a map would be useful to my studies. I'm not terribly familiar with this region either. How far does this map of yours reach?
I'm well traveled myself. It's about half of the cross across.
That seems fair. That's much wider scope than I anticipated.
Not as far as Roqueport, though.
I just
Part
need,
of why I couldn't quite remember it.
I just need enough to get to the next town, so I'll be fine with just a smaller map.
Are you headed?
Ropeport's kind of
Well, if you are you headed south or west or northwest? I
South.
imagine you're not headed back.
No, I'm heading west.
Okay.
Why do you give me that look? Can I help you?
Oh, I know. It's just an implication that you actually have some sort of origin. And
You came from somewhere.
I just thought that might have led somewhere.
You were just hatched.
My mistake. Go on.
Oh, no worries. But yes, west.
What do you do for a living? I forgot to ask. I'm a curious fellow.
Yeah,
Oh. What?
oh, nothing. Go on.
Why are you?
Oh no, I pull up a stool and give him a very, very genuine smile.
I think this guy's advancing on me now. So I believe my conversation should be cut short before he proceeds. But
Oh, he's not important.
He's not.
But you've been a good patron, so here, have some of the good stuff.
The good stuff.
The good stuff.
What's in the good stuff?
The good stuff. Aren't you listening?
Well,
This is my honey whiskey.
oh. I take a little. I grab the cup and I take a little whiff.
Wait, you gave him a picture of this?
No bottle.
Oh, a bottle.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
He's a big bear, but he's not that big.
You simply can't leave town before you've had this.
Oh, okay. So I take a whiff and then I take a little sip.
Strong.
It's very strong. my head spins for a moment, and I put it back down. I'm like, oh, I'll have to.
Make a fortitude save at this point.
Oh.
Boy, this whiskey tastes like roofies.
I just took a little sip. 19 plus 4, 23.
That bottle could do you in, but you're doing okay right now. You're just kind of warm and fuzzy.
I take a little sip and I just put it back down. I'm like, oh, that is deliciously strong. It's, may I have some for the trip?
Take the bottle.
Oh, okay.
Your acquaintance here paid for it earlier.
Well, thank you, Mr. Arden, was it?
I don't believe I introduced myself.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. What's your name again?
Arden Renshaw.
Arden Renshaw?
You can call me Mr. Renshaw.
That was in character. Oh man, that whiskey must have hit me very well. Did I hear you say Mr. Renshaw?
Mr.
Alright, Mr. Renshaw.
Or if you prefer, fifth scribe of the and apprentice of Druid to the Holy Empire of the Crystal Fangs, Order of Arcane Sages, but Mr. Renshaw will do.
He's quite a nerd. I say, looking to Fredrickson.
I
They're
club
just
a
gonna look at
bar.
you. What's that?
Right. He's quite the scholar.
Agreed. Or he appears to be, at least.
Yes.
So I'm obviously a little too tipsy now to get up and walk around just yet. So I am glued to the stool at the bar.
As planned.
So, Mr. Bear.
Oh, my name's Bata. Nice to meet you, Arden. Mr. Renshaw.
Thank you. Yeah, so, tell me about yourself. Where are you from? Are you part of the bear tribes to the north?
I don't. What bear tribes to the north? What are you talking about? I'm curious.
The large white bears that dress as you do and worship the spires in your secluded valley in the mountains?
Oh, back home, you mean?
I am leaving claw marks in the bar top, trying.
I'm fairly inebriated. I'm sorry. It takes
No. It's all right.
your
It's why I don't drink.
your vocabulary is a little confusing sometimes.
Do you not? Never mind. So you are part of that area, that region. You from there?
I kind of lean in close and whisper. Well, I mean, yes, but not many of us leave that our community.
Yeah. That's why you're a bit of a sight here, and it is actually very convenient because you guys have some sort of spiritual reverence for these spires that are located in this region, right?
Oh, there's none in this region.
That's not quite correct, Fredrickson to say. If you go towards the marsh, you will find at least two.
Oh, I was unfamiliar with these two.
Yeah. You. I assume that you have learned a lot about them, right?
No.
No?
Yes.
You're a very.
I mean, I've only lived with 4 of them around our community, so yeah, I guess you could say I'm familiar with them.
Therrin deftly turns her chair just a little bit to get her ear towards that conversation now.
Can I roll for a
Spot?
Yeah. I don't notice. I rolled a 4.
Well, do I have to roll to see how deftly I did it?
No, I don't think so. I'm too inebriated to notice the circle, paying attention.
Okay, so you are somewhat familiar with them. I am on a mission from my order to study these spires, and I was originally going to go to the one at Roqueport, but something happened there, and
what happened to it? What happened to this fire?
it appears to have shut down. Somebody stole from it and took its power source, and it doesn't appear to be operating anymore.
I'm sorry, it's power source? What are you talking about here? I mean, these are...
I don't. I'm not a religious person. What do you... Oh, wait, I do have that. I do have knowledge religion. Thank God. Wait, did I take knowledge religion? Is it religion? Oh, no, I don't have religion. Never mind. Who needs religion when you have science?
Knowledge Arcana can be used on this as well.
Oh, okay. Ooh. That's 15.
And the Dragon's Tear.
Oh, yeah, a dragon's tear.
Oh, wait, somebody stole a dragon's tear from the dragon's tooth?
That's what the buzz is around town.
Oh, who would do that? Such a thing.
I finished
Horrible.
my pitcher
Horrible people.
quickly.
Our ancestors are stored on those. I mean, you gotta be careful with those.
There's bear ancestors all the way down in Circle territory.
Ancestors of the area.
I'm pretty sure they were... Yes, they're very spiritual people. They are greatly distraught.
It does concern me how people treat these crystals, the crystals around here. I've never seen them just be smashed so deliberately.
Yeah, I've spent a great deal of my life studying these sort of things.
What kind of studies are you talking about here?
Studying them, the broken ones.
Ah.
And the various properties and what they can be used for and how they can be utilized in society. I am currently on a directive from my superiors to examine an intact one because none of the spires in that region are intact or even remotely accessible. They're rather...
Well, what kind of studying are you going to do? Like, how are you going to...
I'm not going to break it,
Okay.
if that's what you're concerned. I'm not going to kill anybody's ancestors. They're already dead.
Well,
But if
that's a good joke. I punch him on the shoulder. Maybe a little harshly, but it hurts.
That almost knocked you out. That's force of dual damage.
yeah. I have 5 hit points. You just about knocked me out.
I kind of reel you back in from falling on your chair. I'm sorry.
While they're talking, I want to get up. Therrin is going to get up, get to the bar, and just silently motion to the... Hopefully she gets Frederick's attention and does like a little, come hither with her claws.
He's going to nod and come over to your table.
So you said you had maps of the region around here?
That I do.
And I say this hushed.
That I do, ma'am. He also keeps the hush.
Right. I think I paid for my drink. I'd like to get one of those.
3 gold pieces.
Really? No, I understand. Isn't that a lot for a map, though?
Maps have
Make
to
an
be...
appraise check.
I mean, maps have to
Oh,
be...
no, I'm actually just asking
asking?
out of game.
It is depending on what you're getting.
I mean, maps are drawn by hand back then, so you're asking someone to sit down for like 2 or 3 days to do this.
Well, Thera narrows her eyes and just pulls 3 gold pieces out and is like...
Thank you. Here's your map. You're headed toward one of these spires. The Dragon's Teeth.
That's quite presumptuous. But
Well,
thank
you're
you.
with them.
What?
You're with them, aren't you?
No.
You're not with the little... You're like doing this like... Are you? I am a mage.
I arch my eyebrow at the bartender. I'm like, no.
You're not with him.
No.
Sitting
My
right here,
apologies.
by the way.
Well, you guys are still talking, hopefully.
I think I noticed the bartender pantomiming a mockery of me.
I think you're...
Oh, do you look over when we're both looking at
We're
you?
at the bar. He's right in front of us.
Oh, no, he's over at the table with...
He went.
So if you want to see that, make a spot check.
I mean, I think I did almost knock you out, so...
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Are you capable with a wind knocked out of you?
Yeah, not with them. I just...
Okay.
Thank you. And goodbye.
He walks 10 feet back over to the bar. Are you feeling alright? You look injured. Whatever could have happened?
I'm afraid I didn't realize how drunk I was, and I think...
A likely story.
So
I have some lovely tents you may rent if you feel like you need to stay the night.
I don't have a tent of my own, I guess.
I can also sell you one.
Sure. I'll
25 gold pieces.
not buy a tent. And tell me, how much would it cost to rent one of these darling tents for an evening?
10 gold.
That's a gouge.
No, it's a tent.
You should hit the bartender now.
Yo, Mr. Renshaw. Renshaw?
Yes.
Mr. Renshaw, we probably could just split a tent between the two of us, and that might be okay.
You're about 8 feet tall and 5 feet wide.
You have large tents, don't you, Mr.
They're all large. I don't bother with small tents.
See? Should be fine.
I either serve families or I serve not families.
It's the least I can do after delivering such a deathly blow.
If you're interested, there are other places you might be able to find rest.
Oh. Please.
In the fields.
Ugh.
Oh, sleeping in the fields is not that bad.
It says somebody who's probably slept in a pub of their own filth for most of their life.
I take a sip of beer.
I never realized that it would be so hard to find a bed until I left the capital.
Oh, there's beds everywhere. You just have to make one.
Do I look like some sort of carpenter?
You gotta sleep under the stars. It's wonderful.
I'll take your offer on the tent.
Very well. Let's split the tent.
Very well. Gold, please.
Well, you already have a tab running on me, right?
I do, but when people exceed 5 gold pieces, I start asking for money up front.
No. I slide my half of the 5 gold pieces for the tent.
That's not a generous offer that you had made before.
Oh, he offered to split the tent.
Yeah.
Did you not catch this?
No.
5 gold pieces, please.
5 gold pieces it is.
I also require 3 gold pieces from you.
Yes. Of course. I cite the 3 more gold pieces.
That's
Over.
good.
Wait.
The beer was delicious.
Oh, it wasn't
And so
all
was the
beer.
bread.
I was like, that's
Say.
And so was the bread.
So, out of curiosity, Mr. Barkeep.
Yes, Mr. Erickson.
Erickson. Yes. Your map, does it outline the locations of these spires in the marsh you said?
Yes.
Oh, it did.
Good quality. 3 gold pieces, please. Unless you feel you won't need one, the madam just over the other way just bought one.
Oh, I did want to talk to her. We do have some business.
Oh, she's still right there.
I start to get up and start to leave.
And I'll just say very loudly, you look really familiar.
She does?
Does she?
She does.
Oh, I wouldn't know because I'm not from around here, so that's kind of silly of me to say.
Yeah, it reminds me of this picture that I saw.
Therrin freezes and walks over there and gets a claw up to your puppo lips.
Whoa. I kind of put a hand between this cloaked thing, dragon-looking creature that I've never seen before.
Don't continue that sentence, and I ignore whatever is talking to me.
I pull a small piece of paper out of my coat, start to slowly unfold it. See, these were all over. It was strange.
They were? Let me have a look. Erickson reaches for it.
Nope, snatches it away from
That's
Erickson.
going to be a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Versus his sleight of hand check.
I did not know that's how you spell
Erickson
it.
rolled a 15.
19 for Therrin.
Oh yeah, sorry, 19.
Actually, that's a 24.
And Erickson
Why?
did not spot you doing it. Erickson did not even see you take it. He's going to look, our resident puppo.
Oh, I see what this means.
What did you do with that? Was that magic? It just disappeared. You are a magician.
Yes, I am. You have a keen eye, sir.
How much is the reward? Is that decided by you? Wait. Is there a reward on there?
Only if you open the poster and see what it says.
Oh, I snatched it away and
Are you going to look at the poster?
Yes! Right then and there. Therrin opens the poster.
I peek over Therrin's shoulder.
50,000 gold pieces.
Oh man, that's quite a large.
Therrin says an expletive that can't be said on this recording.
I lean over this cloaked Sergo and I'm like, oh man, you're fetching quite a pretty penny there. Quite a pretty.
I put a clawed finger up to his muzzle and I was like, Therrin goes, talking to... Excuse me, what's your name again?
Mr. Renshaw.
Mr. Renshaw. Where did you get this?
Please make a spot check.
Therrin rolls a 14 for spot.
Therrin, your self-image vanishes from your hands.
Your poster.
The poster?
Yep.
It
And
goes...
there's a little rustling sound. And moments later, Frederickson is bent over the side of the table, where he's braced himself after movement, and he's got this poster open in front of him. And his mouth slowly opens up, and it snaps shut. And he looks at you and folds it up neatly and puts it inside of the front pocket.
What look is he giving me besides the one you're giving me right now?
He's got his fingers dancing on each other, and a sly look in his eye.
I wiggle my furry eyebrows, and I sense motive.
Wise decision.
Killing it. Sense motive is wisdom based. Yeah.
16.
In light of that sum of money, someone could go from being a owner of a bar on the edge of society to the highest of the crust of the nicest city in the whole land. And he is making some very acute calculations in his head. He hasn't reached a decision. He's in the process of making one.
I sense motive as well. Just to make sure I'm on the same.
We're rolling to...
Ascertain what he's up to
I will not do that thing.
below the surface.
But we don't have to roll to understand how much that money means, correct?
No, but the way he's acting definitely accents the response it's going to elicit from people.
Okay.
Oh man, someone really must have it out for you. What did you do?
What did you roll, Bata?
Well, actually, I was
Not enough to notice.
I was really hoping to speak with you about this in private.
Yeah, somebody made it not private.
Oh, well, you left before I could have a chance to talk to you.
And that's my problem?
She's still
It
here.
is now.
Guts, remove everyone from the bar except for these esteemed fellows.
I'm
He's
not-
going to poke your head out and go, Get out of the bar! I'm going home early today! Get out of my bar!
Mr. Erickson, I don't think I'm part of these fools.
Fools. That's not terminology I was expecting you to utilize. It sounds like you might actually be a part of them.
No. I just wanted to.
You were so friendly. It's as if you were
Rest assured, he is not
contact.
my friend.
Theron looks the bear up and down and goes, he's with us.
What?
As I thought. I
I am
prefer
very-
honesty.
I don't think you're reading the room very well, Crenshaw.
I finished the last of my picture.
Excuse you, Renshaw.
Alright, fine, rope me in. I don't care.
Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening to Bata. Just like...
As the bar finishes exiting, Guts leaves, close the door, and Erickson gets behind his bar. So, are you the kind of person who needs protection?
Theron says, and grabs Stilton. No, just
Hand
slowly puts her hand on it so you can see it, though. And go, no, I'm the type of person that doesn't want to be messed around with. And shouldn't be messed around with.
People
Now-
need protection from me.
You're mocking me.
I didn't like what he was... I didn't like... Theron did not like what Crenshaw was saying.
Renshaw.
Whatever.
It's Mr. Renshaw, I believe.
Thank you.
Whatever. I didn't like what he was saying, but I can't disagree with it. So, Fredrickson?
That would be me.
What is up with what you're doing?
You don't even have to be this person. You just have to look enough like them. Even if you're not that person, if I let you go, then I'm missing out on the best opportunity of my life. So what can you do to make it worth it for me to let you go? He's going to stomp on a floorboard, and a second door is going to slide out, made of like thin stone, slide out and close off the entrance.
Oh, that's darling.
I run a cutthroat business, and I ran all of the competitors that were here before out of town.
I think he's speaking literally.
What price can you pay to make it worth it for me to let you leave outside that door?
I put a claw not up to your muzzle, just in the direction of you to give you a please shut up. and I look at Renshaw and I'm like, so you still want to talk about this? Because I don't think we're going to be able to talk about this until this situation that you have made happen is rectified.
Oh, really? You're lecturing me on consequences.
I mean, who opened the poster in front of us? All of us. Jeez.
I was just going to hand it to you and say that we should speak, but okay. So, Mr. Erickson Fredrickson, is that what your name is? Erickson. So, I have business to conduct with this person. I do not care about her bounty.
What I heard was you don't care about the condition of her body.
It's a missing poster. She's missing, not wanted. Don't you pay attention? Can you read?
I can read quite well. And if you deliver her, you get the reward. If I deliver her, I get the reward.
Delivering her. My business.
You're helping her escape?
Escape
and
what?
Avoid?
It's Okay, I'm sorry. So, wanted implies a criminal act, or, perhaps a need for them to, that whole dead or alive thing that those mercenaries really like to use. Mm-hmm. Perhaps I
know a mercenary.
Literally a cutthroat weasel such as yourself.
I take offense to that.
Am I incorrect in my statement? You are cutthroat and a weasel.
While these two are talking, I wrap one arm around the circle and clutch her really tight, just to make sure she won't go anywhere.
Just so Drunken Bear is like putting his paws all over you.
Yes, and I'm sure he won't notice, but Therrin instinctively would just grab a dagger and have it right next to one of his... I don't know what the hell he's doing. Right at the genitals.
How tiny are you?
Pretty tiny, actually.
Okay, so she has experience with the spires because of her family and such, and I want to take her, instead of this stumbling drunk, to the spire to examine it. I have literally no interest in her bounty whatsoever, other than conducting the mission that I was sent for by my order at the Capitol. I mean, I'm sure there are enough people that know where I am right now that if you were to kill me, that you would have... God, do you even understand magic? Do you know how teleport works? Dimension door, things like that? We could pop people in here, I don't know, an hour after I died, and just... this place would not exist anymore.
I wouldn't be here.
Well, there's scrying and divining. We can find you.
Knowledge Arcana.
That's assuming that somebody isn't even watching me right now.
You make some good points, but it's very likely that person also wants money for your charge.
Mr. Erickson, you need someone to... You can't leave your bar unattended for the trip that it takes you to deliver this missing person.
And who's to say that she won't get away?
She's delivering me.
You could
anywhere.
just hire us to deliver this person, and we can come back with the gold.
Diplomacy check.
Also, it's Therrin, not a person.
You haven't told me your name.
I just did.
Ooh, 6.
You burp while doing it.
I'm pretty drunk, so... No, I am drunk, so you know it's honest.
You are drunk, sir. You're honest. I love it.
Honestly,
Your plan reflects your ability to think.
yes.
So, what can you offer me?
What can I offer you?
Your spellbook, perhaps?
Not on your life. I have spent years filling this book with research. Yeah, that would
Hinder your journey.
hinder your journey.
Is that an intimidate check?
Yeah, sure. Let's.
Fredrickson rolls a 12.
Oh my goodness.
To resist the intimidate.
Yeah.
And
A 3 intimidate.
That's actually a 1 intimidate. Yeah, that's a 1.
You should let me intimidate. A lot of things.
You're welcome. You're welcome to act if you want, but it is ill-advised.
Fredrickson's going to make a few checks. Okay. Please, everyone, feel free to make a spot check.
Well, apparently, since I'm half covered in bear,
Nope.
Therrin doesn't see jack nothing.
4.
11?
Preston's just gonna lean forward on his bar. You're right. You're right. He's gonna hit the floor plate, and the extra door is gonna slide back into position. I don't want trouble with the people you learned that stuff from. I'm smart enough to know how dangerous magic is.
Still terrible. 12 on sense motive.
20 on bluff.
Yeah.
No.
Leave.
Gonna get my map first.
And your tent. There you go.
Actually, I'm not interested in the tent any longer.
I'm not charging you for this.
That's nice. I've already paid you for it.
He's gonna open it so you have tie it closed.
But your generosity is
Take it as a
unfolding.
sign of goodwill.
It's most appreciated.
I'm
Thank you.
going to leave now. He's going to go into the back and start kicking barrels around.
Let's get out of here.
I'll take the map and leave the tent.
I take the tent.
Don't take the tent.
Take the tent.
Don't take the tent.
It's a tent. It's a tent. I'll have these a tent.
Okay, you're taking the tent. Good.
Okay, I take the tent.
You were dense. Okay.
You leave the bar.
Yep. Begrudgingly.
Oh, did we actually make it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I as soon as I leave, that might actually be okay. That's a 20 on spot. How many bandits are ready to murder me?
There's just Gertrude outside.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess
She's smoking her pipe.
we do walk outside, and what do we see? Just Gertrude?
Yeah, she's under the eave of the establishment, and she's having a little bit of a smoke for herself and billowing it out like a chimney.
I scoot over to Gertrude. I'm like, Gertrude, you have to give me the recipe. I don't think I'm going to be allowed back here.
Just before you go off to some...
Okay,
right when I get out...
Oh my god.
Oh, 2. Well, even less probably.
The first thing you gotta do
Uh-huh.
is not get drunk first.
Darn it. I'll never be able to get this recipe.
Anywho, the first thing that happens after I leave the bar is go, what the cross was that? And can I break free from the bear? Because he's...
I let go of... Well, I guess I dragged you over to Gertrude.
Yes,
so.
you did.
How are you doing, young lady? Gertrude's gonna ask.
She's having a long day.
I've had better days.
Yeah, you like a wanted person?
No, I'm not. My
Oh.
name is Bree. I'm going to leave now. Your fine establishment.
Usually, he only asks everyone to leave when he's going to protect the town from brigands.
Oh yeah, he was clearly there to protect us.
Well, the assumption is you're the bad people.
Oh, well, I don't.
No.
No?
I came here to.
It was a mistake?
Are we injured? Are we dead?
Is he alive?
I
Yeah.
hope so.
He sounds angry. And a little crazy, but yeah.
You must be feeling foolish.
I'm just here on research from the capital, and
Yeah. I'm not going to let him live this down for at least a month.
please do.
So we're not barred from the tower from the inn, are we?
He'd have to let the local guard know and maybe put up wanted posters if he really wanted to cause you trouble.
You probably should not return to this establishment.
Oh, but the honeymead.
Pass through here in a few months and I'll teach you how to make that bread.
Excellent.
But you
I'll
have
be
to stay
back.
sober for a week.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay. Oh.
Did you remember to grab your honey whiskey bottle?
I would assume I kind of had it on me the whole time.
Okay, so can we talk now?
I'll remember that.
Therrin holds up a claw to Renshaw.
It is slapped away. Okay, stop that.
I need some whiskey from your boyfriend there.
I quickly offer it up to the circle thing.
No.
Thanks.
Hold on.
Drink up.
Are you just going
It's
to go
not
for
my
it?
boyfriend.
Oh no, I'd take a swig. Oh yeah, because
Okay.
now a whole town knows where Therrin is.
I will require a fortitude save from you.
Oh okay.
And
Ooh.
she passes out. What is that?
+2.
You are instant tipsy. And I mean like the edge of tipsy where you're about to fall into drunk.
Okay.
I just hold the circle up
Like
some
this-
more just because I noticed how.
It was so smooth that twice the amount you were expecting went through.
Now that I've taken a swig, like, do you realize what you've done, Crenshaw?
Renshaw. Renshaw. Say it. Ren. Shaw.
I don't have to answer to you.
She looks pretty drunk. She might not get it right.
I just play with Stilton at my side. Like, you have made this night awful.
Oh.
So explain yourself. Why did you have to ruin my nice night?
Gertrude.
I'm like yelling. We're in the middle of the street, right?
Gertrude, do you have a bucket?
Oh, is Gertrude still there? I'm just like arguing in front of somebody. He's like,
This is normal for her.
I might need a bucket, Gertrude. Can I borrow one? Just thank you.
so please tell me why this whole town, why?
Oh, really? You want to do that out here? Are
Did
you
I
sure?
look like I needed the whole town to know I was there?
Well, hey.
Mr. Renshaw, should we go?
I have like my hands on my hips and everything, just like
What was your
leaning
name,
forward.
Gertrude's gonna come out with the
Oh,
bucket.
Bata.
Bata, oh, you darling. Here you go.
Oh, thank
And
you.
here's 3 loaves of bread for you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Gertrude.
Hey, come by.
She waddles away.
She waddles back in. Heard you made a mistake there, lovely.
Mr. Renshaw, do you think we should maybe go somewhere else to have?
That's what I'm trying to do, but she'd rather scream at the top of her lungs in the street like an idiot.
I'm holding you by the. I'm cradling you on this point. You can't really like put a finger to
I
it.
try. Therrin tries.
Stick it in his nose.
Yeah, and mine scratches. Oh!
Oh my. Yes. I mean, we can discuss it here if you want, but I'm sure only more people will know what you did.
Oh, now discretion is your thing. Okay, where should we go? I'm yelling in the middle of the street still.
How has she been missing for this long? I don't understand.
Huh?
How has she been missing for this long?
Where was that?
Oh, that was back at home. In fact, there were even some of them plastered to the spire.
Also, it's not just Circles. Thank you very much. Not like Circle Land. There's other things there too.
Yeah, you come from like Doggo Land.
It's called Dog.
Yeah. Wait, I do that, and I'm like, seriously.
Okay. Well,
So they were only there.
They were at the capital too. Most major cities. They're pretty popular.
She's been missing for a while then.
Again,
how did you sneak for this long?
Therrin beckons to the bear to give her back the honey whiskey.
Yes, Bree.
Therrin, like, if anybody asks, that's what you say. Please give me your honey whiskey.
You've had enough.
Oh, would you rather just drink? Yeah, drink it away. I mean, it's like running away.
Are you even old enough to drink?
Yes.
But if you'd like to find somewhere private to speak, or we could just start walking down the road or something like that. We can discuss things. I don't care about your poster. Like I said to the selfish man at the bar, I am legitimately only concerned with your experience in entering spires and how you managed to operate the device and what you did with the tier, because I haven't honestly seen anybody not break one of them.
Wait, hold on. She's the one that stole the tier? I just dropped Therrin on the ground.
I didn't know it was picked up.
That's how drunk you are.
Well, I don't know what exactly happened, but, rumors are popular around there. She's the most popular person in town these days. Though town has kind of fallen on hard times because of what happened, but that's not really my problem. My problem is getting to that spire, and you're welcome to help me if you want, or you're welcome to just keep running away like a scared child.
Which spire?
I flip open the map and point to the ones that were located in the marsh, not too far away.
Therrin does that GIF where like the lady thinks of all the science things.
He's making some calculations.
And it's like swamp. Yes.
Would you After a long pause for consideration.
So you want to take?
I would think the swamp wouldn't have a lot of people.
Yes, there's probably not a lot of police in the swamp.
Are you from do you know there are a lot of people in the swamp here, Mr. Bata?
No, I have not been to the swamp.
The sun is starting to be eclipsed by the horizon.
Oh, it's morning?
No.
It's dusk.
And the cold is starting.
I thought it was cold. In my head it was like the middle of the night.
So
you want to take this thief to one of the dragon's tooth?
Excuse me?
Are you not a thief? Did you not steal stuff? Is that why you're missing?
It does say missing. It doesn't say wanted.
It should be wanted, right?
But it isn't.
As Therrin gets louder, you hear scuffling from the darkness.
Why are you missing?
Wait, do we have to roll for that?
No.
Oh.
If you want to.
Well, I'm in such a heated debate right now. Why are you missing then instead of...
And once again extends her hand and has it pushed away by Bata.
Shh. What? Why are you missing?
You said there was some place you know to go? Or, like, do you even know this place? Like, where can we go?
I don't know. Somewhere other than the middle of town square.
Well, I mean, Ericsson's tavern was probably the best option, because if he wanted to keep us safe, then that was probably...
I'm talking about discretion, not safe.
I think it's late for that.
Okay, so I'm hearing no options.
You want to go in the middle of the woods and talk about this?
Or we've got a tent now, apparently, even though I'm sure it's like laced with like poison, or it's got like a spike trap or something terrible in it.
It does not mean to kill us. It's just a normal tent.
He just...
People don't back travelers. You hear from the side of a building as a small rat figure approaches you from the street name. I couldn't help but overhear your discussion out here on this street.
It's an argument.
Discourse? Yeah.
I believe I heard you are in need of shelter. For the night.
We have a tent. We'll be fine. Thank you.
Only a tent?
It'll fit 3. Snug.
I don't.
A tent provided by somebody that was almost looking to make a kingdom out of me.
Well, he wasn't going to.
I hear only that you have a tent for this night. What if I could offer you an estate to stay in?
And tell me, little rat girl, who are you?
So, the rat girl before you is dressed in rags, holes in her clothes. She doesn't even have a tail. The state of her being is obviously not cared for.
And what's your name?
Oh, I'm known as Cassie.
Cassie.
Okay, Cassie. And tell me, how would somebody in such poor repair have an estate available?
While I do not promise to have one for you myself, I do know of many people who need aid, and they would be more than willing to put you up for the night, should you provide them aid.
Oh, I see. And tell me, what sort of aid do they require?
Well, nothing complicated. You see, this particular group had a passing in the family, and many of their responsibilities are no longer being done properly.
Is it rats in a basement? Is it rats in a basement?
I mean,
No basements involved.
she is a rat folk. We believe they can have rats in basements, and they'll be fine.
I'm sorry.
That's just.
I don't
That's
believe they have a basement that they need things done in. No.
Cassie, is this place outside of town?
Yes.
Are the people that need aid, are they discreet?
Based on your earlier conversation, I don't think you'd have a problem here. For some better details, I simply know of a farm out on the outskirts of town here that need some nice, young, strapping folk like yourselves
Me?
to take up responsibility.
I knocked this guy out with like a pat on the back. You're kidding me, right?
Regardless to say that I'm sure they would provide you with safe, potentially untrapped shelter.
Who are they?
I do not wish to discuss my ties with them. Suffice to say they are ratfolk like I.
Do they
Will
treat-
treat you well.
Do they treat you well?
Why won't you tell me who they are?
They are a rat family known as the Cobbles.
The Cobbles.
I'm unfamiliar with this cult.
That's a 22 on a nobility royalty?
Definitely not noble or royal.
Ah, okay. I've never heard of them.
They aren't a large or well-endowed family, but they do run a sizable farm here in town.
And, okay, so I'm curious. Why are you off the streets offering this to us, to these...
Suffice it to say, the
Strength.
better the farms do, the more capable it is for me to live here.
I'm going to pull Renshaw aside and through gritted teeth go, stop interrogating the young girl. We're going to go there. And we're going to figure this out. And hopefully this big lug will help defend anything that's going to happen to us.
You don't even find this remotely suspicious.
Are you hungry, Cassie?
I don't care
I'm
at this
hungry.
point. This is better than
I offer
standing in
Cassie
the
a
middle of
piece
the street.
some of
Think
loaf of
about
bread.
how the barkeep reacted.
bread.
And how he
takes the bread.
very
Quite large
suddenly
to the rat
stopped
And
wanting
nibbles
to
upon
turn you
it.
in.
Hopefully it'll last you.
This is delicious.
Hopefully it'll last you a few days.
This is
Thank
a
you,
trap.
kind sir.
We need a place to talk about this.
And I guess a murder trap in a basement is fine. Okay, let's go.
I have something stuck to me because I'm drunk. Therrin goes to Bear. Hey, Mr. Bearman.
Bata and Cassie are just nibbling on bread over there in the corner.
How would you feel about going with us to the rat place?
Oh, yeah.
Shh.
Yeah, you look like you could probably take a beating before you fell down.
Oh, I'll be happy to go. We already have the tent, though. We can just...
Yeah, I punch him in the arms. Like, yeah!
I look at the weak-ass blow from the drunk circle, and I just laugh. Okay, I'll join you.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, well, then follow me. It's just down the road a ways.
Can Therrin successfully evade an entire town's watchful eyes? Will Bata be more than just a giggly drunk? Why is Mr. Renshaw showing a bit of lactose intolerance? Tune in next time on Curse of Coeurasa!